Right, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And we have some more information on Resident Evil Village. This is coming thick and fast before the release of the full game, and in a few moments I will be revealing that information. But if by the end of this video you've enjoyed what you've heard, don't forget to do it says at the bottom of the page. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, help support the channel. Follow me on the social media sites listed here, and here we go. Okay, so as of yesterday, IGN have revealed some information regarding the evolution of Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters. According to the site, this is an IGN first. It goes on to read, standing 9'6" tall, Alcina Dimitrescu, better known simply as Lady Dimitrescu, became an instant worldwide phenomenon when she was revealed as one of Resident Evil Village's main villains. It then goes on to say, but how big are her feet? Read on to find out. But don't worry, this video is not relating to the size of Lady Dimitrescu's feet, so don't cut off at this point. Even without her vicious claws, Lady Dimitrescu's sheer size is so overwhelming that any man will feel weak and small when confronted by her. And Village's main protagonist, Ethan Winters, is no exception. When you are hunted by Lady Dimitrescu, you either get your blood drained or run for your life. A female humanoid villain of this size and power is something we haven't seen in Resident Evil or any video game franchise, for that matter, do before. April's IGN First is packed with Resident Evil Village scoops, interviews, gameplay footage and much more. Today we can exclusively reveal some never before shown concept art for the internet's favourite new video game character, Lady Dimitrescu, along with their 3 daughters. So let's take a look at those pictures right now. Okay, so the first is Lady Dimitrescu herself. Second is them inside the castle in some part. And the third is the 3 daughters themselves. Okay, and here we have Tomonori Takano, the art director for Resident Evil Village, and he is responsible for Lady Dimitrescu's design. Responding to the high demand from fans, he previously announced this fearsome character's height. Although the staggering 9'6", which equals to 2.9 meters, includes her high heels and wide-brimmed hat, Lady Dimitrescu still easily beats the height of any human alive. Yet some of the tallest people in recorded history come close enough to give Lady Dimitrescu's height a sense of reality, which makes her all the more frightening. But what about her shoe size? We asked Takano to measure this as well, and he came back with impressive results. Lady Dimitrescu's shoe size is 44 centimetres, equaling 17.3 inches, which is almost double the average women's shoe size. She also beats Jason Rodriguez Hernandez's Guinness World Record of the world's largest feet by nearly 4 centimetres. Takano designed Lady Dimitrescu's shoes based on a real pair of high heels, which he scanned and resized digitally to match her formidable height. Okay, here we have Morimasa Sato, the scenario director for Resident Evil Village, and partnered with Takano. He told us how the dominant Countess of Castle Dimitrescu came to be, and the two were overwhelmed to see their creation become an internet phenomenon before the game was even released. Quoting, "We intentionally made the character design a bit more extravagant than in Resident Evil 7, but no, we didn't see this coming," Takano says, laughing. Sato also mentions that creating characters that leave an impression was a theme for the game from the very beginning, and the reactions to Lady Dimitrescu's reveal reassured him that this had been the right choice. He also went on to say, "The game's core concept of a village setting was decided in the early stages of development. After that, we started thinking about the characters. In order to create an appealing village with a sense of place, the characters that live there are extremely important. For the main enemy characters, we thought about the area each one would be in and the kind of experience they could provide. The approach of starting with the characters and building an experience from there might feel similar to Resident Evil 4. Also set in a village with a variety of locations, Resident Evil 4 is beloved for memorable characters like Vitores Mendez, as you see here, and Ramon Salazar." as featured in this image. There are quite a few other characters with a similar impact as Lady Dimitrescu in Village, so you can look forward to that, says Sato. Lady Dimitrescu may not be the village's only villain, but according to Takano, her design dates back to the very beginning of the project. He recalls how the team began prototyping the character. We reused the character model of Mia from Resident Evil 7 and made her wear a dress and a hat. He explains of their earlier tests. I thought that this would be enough to give her a ghost-like quality, but we couldn't make her feel real scary. Then we decided to make the character model much larger. That was the beginning of Lady Dimitrescu. The art director continues, I drew a piece of concept art in which she stoops down to get through a doorway. That's when I felt that this was going to work out. From there, the team created an area and experience to match the newly designed mistress, which became Castle Dimitrescu, a gothic vampire castle. The original concept was a castle populated only by women. Sato recalls, we tried a lot of different things in order to make the Countess scary and feel like a boss character. There were ideas to make her more creature-like as well, but in the end, we felt that a towering woman was the most simple yet powerful thing that we could do. Lady Dimitrescu is not just a tall vampire-like dominant woman. Her fashion was inspired by styles from the 1960s, and Takano hopes that this will differentiate her from other gothic villains. He quotes, I just felt that doing a gothic aesthetic would be a bit lacking in originality, which is why I wanted to add a modern idea to the premise. We looked at fashion from the era in which actresses like Audrey Hepburn were active, as well as the Addams family. We used these sources as hints to create a less conventional gothic setting. But Lady Dimitrescu is not the only femme fatale stalking Ethan in the castle. Her three daughters are after him as well. One being Bayla, the oldest, who is quiet and has a strong head on her shoulders. Cassandra, the second, she's a sadist who enjoys killing. And Daniela, the third, who is the youngest daughter and is the craziest and most delusional of the three. Ethan has a family also he is trying to protect, so we wanted to have a family for Lady Dimitrescu as well to provide a contrast. Sato also went on to explain the concept started out as a castle with 100 witches inside, but that was hard to implement into a video game format, which is why we ended up making it like this. But actually, when you play the game, you might notice that the setting is still pretty close to that idea. All the enemy types inside the castle are female, with Lady Dimitrescu as the cult's guru. We have created the hierarchy of women. Men have their blood drained by these women, so you could say it's the opposite of Dracula. And just to finish, outside in front of the castle you can see bodies that have had their blood drained, looking like skinny scarecrows, and all of them are men. It's a setting in which women are very strong. This horror experience in which a relatively weak male character is terrorized by imposing women seems to draw inspiration from a type of sadomasochistic fantasy that is rarely seen in video games. Within the Resident Evil series, Lady Dimitrescu and her three daughters are a threat of a kind that we have never seen before. In order to guide the series into bold new directions, Sato says that in the planning stages he encouraged the team to try out as many unusual ideas as possible. We are not the type of team that starts with a niche idea and starts expanding on that little by little. When trying out new ideas, we start by pursuing something extreme. As we progress, the idea usually starts deviating from pure horror, so in the end, we have to bring the experience back to horror. According to Takano, the 100 witches in the original concept were to be mostly naked. A giant countess and her three creepy daughters is what that idea became once the team brought it back to the horror aspect. For more information on Resident Evil Village, be sure to check out 5 minutes of gameplay on PS4 Pro and stay tuned for more IGN exclusive content, Resident Evil Village, throughout April. An open beta for Resident Evil Reverse will start on April 8th, which can be pre-downloaded now. Okay, so that's going to wrap up today's video, and we're going to finish on the page we started with. So if you have enjoyed what you've heard today, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, help support the channel. Follow me on the social networking sites listed there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care of yourself in the world out there, and bye bye for now.